here is take 2 of my attempt to chat to you about beautiful You Cosmetic Tattoos eyebrow service. Just wanted to explain a little bit about what it is, what are some of the benefits for you, what does aftercare and downtime look like, because that's really important for everyone, how many sessions are needed, and the cost, all importantly the cost. So this will be a few minutes. I'll try and get through everything as quickly as possible, but hopefully this helps you, even if you're just making in that stage of not quite ready to make the commitment yet, but you're wanting to find out more about the service. So hopefully this video will help whether you decide to come here and see myself, Tanya G, at Beautiful You, or whether you decide to go somewhere else. I really hope that education helps you make an informed decision. So eyebrow tattooing, what is it? Eyebrow and tattooing in general is the process of implanting pigment, or otherwise known as ink, into a certain layer of the skin, particularly with permanent makeup, or otherwise known as PMU, that is implanted into the upper epidermis of the skin. So we're talking the thickness of a sheet of paper is how far the needle actually goes into the skin to reach the desired spot of where we want the pigment to sit. As opposed to traditional tattooing, that actually gets tattooed into the dermal layer of the skin, which is far deeper, and hence the more permanency of the ink. There's many reasons why we don't do that with facial tattooing. I'm happy to have that discussion with you during the consult, during the process. Love sharing the knowledge that I have. So just hit me up if you want to know more about that, but I won't go into detail here about that. So that's cosmetic tattooing in a nutshell. Benefits of eyebrow tattoo are pretty obvious. That wake up and go. Like, I don't know if everyone probably went through the 90s, and even if you didn't go through the 90s, it wasn't until 10 years ago that big bushy brows were back and fashionable. So prior to that, we plucked the heck out of all of our eyebrows hairs, or we got electrolysis, or waxing, excessive waxing, so just did a number on our brows. So brow hair is really sparse nowadays, and eyebrow tattooing can obviously help you with that. There will be some cases where we need to be really conservative with the approach that we take, and really methodical with the method and technique that we use, because we do want to make sure that it still looks really natural. So obviously if you've got limited eyebrow hair there, we don't want to just put a big band of colour, deep colour there that's not going to look natural. So that's part of the consultation process with myself as well. We both collaborate together on what is the desired outcome, take into consideration your lifestyle, your preferences, whether you're high maintenance, whether you're okay with maintaining regularly, or whether you're, just super low maintenance like me, get up and go. Like, I've got too many other things to do to worry about that. So we take all of that into account during the consultation process and on the day, obviously. Again, so the benefits really speak for themselves. You can just get up, go, you can go for a run, not have to worry about your brows coming off. You can take a FaceTime call at any time, and you've got your brows on. It is really self-confidence boosting, and I know there's a lot of, not shame, I don't know if shame's the right word, but a lot of people feel a lot of, feelings towards not having that brow hair anymore, or if it's changing colour, or it's looking different, it's not as youthful looking. It can really help with that. So for me personally, I think if you were going to choose one tattooing service, eyebrows would be it. Moving on, aftercare and downtime. So aftercare for eyebrow tattooing is really quite simple. There's not a lot that we need to do. Mainly from day one, we'll be blotting the area and making sure that we're keeping it nice and clean and dry. From day 2 to 5 will be where we're starting to cleanse, gently blotting, and applying your aftercare cream. After day 5, you're pretty good to go. Depending on how quickly you heal naturally, you may have to continue to do that up until day 7. But by all means, at day 10, you will be completely healed and ready to go. And on that as well, quite often people get what we call brow shock. So brow shock is when you come to get your brow tattoo, you absolutely love it, you think it looks great, you get home, you look more at it and you start to go, holy hell, what have I done? I didn't have brows before, now I've got excess brows, this is going to look awful, I don't like the colour, it's too dark, and you really freak out about the decision that you've made. Completely normal, and honestly to be expected most of the time. So just remember, I'm here to support you through that. I give you very, very in-depth information about what to expect before and after the procedures with Beautiful You, so that, yeah, again, knowledge is power. The more you know and understand the process, the more you're going to be okay with that. But on that note, with brow shock, do remember that it fades by 40% after the first session. So you will lose 40% of the colour from the initial implanting on the day of your tattooing. So the result that you walk out of here with, you're going to have a 40% lighter version of that. Most often than not, you get to your 6-week touch-up, you come back in and see me and you say, I want it darker. So that's completely normal as well. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that one. And onto that is a good lead in how many sessions are needed. I always say minimum 2 sessions. Mandatory, you don't have to come back to me, but I do include it in my price. So, and for that reason, because we do need those 2 sessions to be able to get the best result that we want, and it will be the most long-lasting result. So again, this is something I'm happy to chat to you in more detail about one-to-one, but there are a lot of variances when it comes to skin, and particularly facial skin. It's really different to body tattooing, so we need to look at all of the different variables, and we really don't know how your skin is going to react to ink and how well it's going to actually hold on to that ink until the second session. So, you know, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't come back for your second session, because that's when we really get, you know, the maximum benefit from the service. Cost, again, another good lead in. So the cost at the moment, I'm having a special eyebrow tattoos for $2.99. That includes the touch-up. I'm running that special because it's a new studio that's opened, and obviously I want to get my name out there and make sure that you know that I'm available and that you can book with me if you need this service. As well as, again, I wanted to try and keep my prices as reasonable as possible, because I feel like everyone should have access to this service. It is, I do love and believe in it that much. So at this point, I think I might keep that special going. I might review it down the track if needed, but either way, you know, I pride myself on my ethics to business and doing business, and if I can keep my prices as low as possible while maintaining quality of service, then I certainly will do that. And that is it. That's a wrap for our eyebrow chat. So hopefully this time I've actually pressed record instead of photo, but we'll see. I'm about to find out. So hopefully if you're looking at and watching this, that I've done it right this time. Until next